Frontline World, stories from a small planet.
Dr. Naif Al-Mutawa is a Kuwaiti psychologist who lives in an affluent suburb outside of Kuwait City with his wife and 4 sons. A self-described workaholic since his early school days, Al-Mutawa went to college in the United States where he received his PhD in psychology and a master's degree in business. But Al-Mutawa's passion has always been for writing, and in his early 20s he authored and illustrated a series of children's books.
No, finish the one you have.
When Al-Mutawa returned to Kuwait from the United States in 2004, he found himself at a professional and personal crossroads.
I just graduated from school in the States, come back full of ideas and how the world should be, and didn't know what I was going to do with my life. So I was in a London cab going from Edgware Road to Harrods with my mother and my sister. And my sister turned to me and she said, "Naif, do you remember you told me that after school you'd go back to writing?" And I said, "Yeah, I remember." And she goes, "Well, what do you think?" I said, "Somewhat after this education, it's got to be something that has the potential of Pokemon. Otherwise, it just doesn't make sense." And this is where luck or fate first struck my project, because what happened in my mind was the following. I said Pokemon. My next thought was there had been a fatwa issued against Pokemon in this region. My next thought was, my God, who are these people? And who appointed them to be spokespeople for Islam? My next thought was of Allah and how disappointed He must be. My next thought was that Allah had 99 attributes. And that brought me full circle back to Pokemon, which is a concept of 300 attributes. And at the end of that cab ride, I turned to my sister and I said, "What do you think of this?"
The result was The 99, the first Western-style comic book with Islamic superheroes, which is now outselling comic giants like Spider-Man and Batman in markets throughout the Middle East. The title of Al-Mutawa's comic book is a reference to one of the most recognizable concepts in Islam, Allah's 99 names or attributes. Each superhero in the 99 is meant to personify one of these characteristics.
Things like generosity, strength, wisdom, foresight, mercy, and there are 99 heroes from 99 countries, almost evenly split between boys and girls, and they're ready to save the world.
I'll tell you about the 99. It's a very nice comic book. It has so many Islamic characters, and they get powers to see the darkness in them, the lightness. My favorite character is Al-Bilal, because he has extra strength, extraordinary. That's why I like him, and he eats so much.
Again, just to approve the idea of it. And
when Al-Mutawa was pitching the idea of the 99 to potential investors, he shared the story of a Palestinian businessman selling trading cards and sticker books of suicide bombers by the millions to children in the West Bank and throughout the Middle East. The Islamic world needed new heroes, he argued. He raised $7 million from investors in 10 countries, most of it from the Middle East, and established the headquarters of Tashkil Comics in Kuwait City. In building one of the first comic book companies in the Middle East, Al-Mutawa has recruited some of the best talent in the comic book industry.
It's just a solid, entertaining comic that tries to show characters who normally don't get seen in American comics in a good light and being the heroes for once. That's very commendable and enjoyable.
I think this is revolutionary. It's really sending out a really good message about Islam. It's correcting the way the world sees us. A lot of us do want to live in the world peacefully with everybody else and have the freedom to be, to be Muslim.
But support for the 99 is far from universal. The comic book has been banned in Saudi Arabia, and as its popularity increases, so do the concerns of conservative Muslims.
In 99, there are some idea clash with the Holy Quran terms and with the tradition of Prophet Muhammad. Okay. In this one, for example, Prophet Muhammad says you have to believe in God who can help you. In this comic, I have to believe in individuals who can help me. This is a very strong contradiction. He knows if this comic book going to harm the values of children, many people will stand against it. We are going to stop it.
There are different interpretations of religion. And some are more abstract and some are more concrete. And the version that this particular person espouses is pretty concrete. And so the world is black and white. There is no gray area. And if nothing else, the 99 is a gray area. My hope is that this is going to be one of the concepts that kids grow up with worldwide, that show them that there really isn't that much difference between us. And I hope to God that millions of people, and I say millions without exaggerating, step up and say, this is my contribution for Islam 2.0. This is my contribution.
There's more of the world to explore on our website. Discuss the world and tell us what you think of our stories from a small planet at pbs.org.